Hey everybody, it's me, Tom Angleberger, author of Dino Poet, Origami Yoda, etc., etc. I'm here today to show you how to draw dinosaurs. Let's get started with the T-Rex. You guys know the T-Rex, right? Of course. Why are we starting with the T-Rex? It's the easiest, it's the most fun, and it uses the nose method. Right, for the nose method, you just draw a nose. Not a dinosaur nose, but a human nose. Does that look like a nose? Well, it kind of looks like a nose. And then you draw another nose underneath of it, like that. Maybe you can start to see how this is going to be a dinosaur now, right? The nostrils become teeth, and then you draw an actual dinosaur nose there. Let me get rid of this real quick. Oops. I don't know how to get rid of it. All right. And then we're going to finish this off. You draw a U and then a big L that comes down here like this. Okay. And then a little L and make some feet on there, and another L and some feet on there. And then remember, T-Rex has little tiny hands like that and like that, and big eyes, at least in my book. And then you get to decide how you T-Rex is feeling today. Is he happy, sad, mad, scared? This guy looks kind of scared. But I think I want to go with happy. Let's see if we can make this guy happy. There we go. He looks pretty happy today. Let's try another one just so we can do a little better job than I did. That one wasn't the best, was it? So once again, we start off with a nose and then another nose right underneath of it that's upside down. Make the nostrils into teeth. Make a big U here and then bring this down in a nice loose L shape. I guess it's a backwards L shape. And then an L, backwards L. Some little V's for the feet. Like that. There's the hands, the eyes. Oh, I forgot the actual dinosaur nose. And maybe this time he is scared. I don't know what would scare a T-Rex. Actually, that's in the book. Read the book. You'll find out what scares a T-Rex. All right. Let's clear that out. And let me just show you a slightly different version of a T-Rex. Basically, anything you draw is going to look like a T-Rex as long as it's got lots of teeth and a big mouth. And so I have a lot of fun making T-Rexes look as weird as possible and then trying to make them work out as a T-Rex. So the important thing is to have some fun with it. My little nose method there is just to get you started. You should have fun, knock yourself out, have a good time. You can even do a more realistic looking, realistic being not my strong point. That's certainly not realistic, but it's a little more like a movie T-Rex, maybe. All right, there you go. There's a few different ways to draw a T-Rex. Hey, let's look at our main character in the book. That's Coelophysis. Hard to spell, but easy to say because it's just C loaf ices. Okay, so a little trickier to draw. Let's draw the head first, just the head. It's got a big snaky neck, so that part's easy. You just draw a little wiggle. And then it's got a long snout, and then it comes down in a little sharp curve over here. And then a nice big smile. Bring it back over here. And now you want to sort of follow that neck from before, like that. Same way, I always do the eyes in this book as like a B, two loops that touch the top up there. And usually draw maybe just a few teeth on this Coelophysis. And then we do have room here to draw the arm. So the arm's really simple. And then it's got big fingers like that. And then you can have it holding a book of poetry, since it is this is the actual star of Dino Poet that writes the poetry after all. Or it can be holding anything else you want. All right. So now let's see how we draw the whole thing. We need a little more. I'm gonna have to draw a little smaller here. We're gonna start back at the tail and draw this nice big loopy thing like that. There's the head, like we did a minute ago. Comes down here like this. Now we'll leave room for one arm there. Let's go back in and finish the head details. Make sure it looks all right. If the head wasn't looking right, we could fix it easily at this point. Then this comes down, and then it's got long legs, 3 regular toes, regular dinosaur toes, as a different from a velociraptor that's got those big, big claws. This dinosaur doesn't really have that. So, finish the tail here. There you go. There's Coelophysis. If you want, you can draw the other arm. I usually have it maybe somewhere down there like that. There we go. Coelophysis. All right. And then this is not a dinosaur, but the other main character in the book, of course, is the frog. So you're just going to draw plenty of room for the eyes there. A nice big mouth. It's got a big mouth. The frog has a very big mouth. And then this just comes down here like this. This comes down here like this. Some big eyes. This thing back here that a lot of frogs have, I'm not sure exactly what that is. A couple more things. Maybe a wart. I'm not sure a frog's supposed to have warts, but the frog in my book definitely has warts. There we go. He's very excited about the book. And give him a little tongue like that. There he is. There's the frog who's the co-star of the book. All right. I think maybe now I'll show you how to draw a few other kinds of dinosaurs. How about a Triceratops? Triceratops took me a while to figure out how to draw a Triceratops, but it's pretty easy actually. Because after all, you do know how many horns it has. So you draw the 2 horns, a little snout, and then a big horn on the front of the snout. And give him a nice mouth like that. A couple of plant eater teeth. See if we can find room to have his. Oh, yeah, he looks, he's suspicious about something. This just comes back here like this. Oops, did I give it 5 legs? I think I gave it 5 legs. Let's try that again. 1. Let's just see if we can get these legs right. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There's a Triceratops. That's a pretty suspicious looking Triceratops. I'm not sure what this deal is. The one in my book is kind of grumpy too, actually. So it actually works out all right. So, yeah, let's go over that again. Or maybe rush through that. Okay. And some people may like to make much taller horns on their Triceratops, at least for the back. That's up to you. You can draw your Triceratops however you want. You can also make them a little bit lippy or even a little bit beaky up here at the front. Okay, let's get this part on. This part is just some little loops. Nothing fancy there. I think this guy is really grumpy. Yeah, he looks like he's very grumpy. All right, get the big back. Just loops down for the tail, comes down here. Now we draw those 4 legs. 1. Let me show you the C.C. Bell method for drawing 4-legged creatures. C.C. Bell, of course, is the author and illustrator of El Defo and many other books. She taught me how to do this. You draw the back leg, you go forward, draw the front 2 legs, and then you come back and draw that leg back there. It's 3D. Pretty good. Hey, maybe some little dinosaur toes here. All right. I think he's all right. Maybe he'll be better with another C.C. Bell tip is to always draw buck teeth. If your drawing isn't funny enough, add some big old teeth on there. This guy's got a lot of plants to chomp, so he'll need those teeth. All right, what dinosaur should we do next? How about one of the big, tall dinosaurs like a Brachiosaur, Apatosaurus, Argentinosaurus, I think is another one of them. I'm going to make my brush a little smaller here so we have room to draw. Remember how we drew the nose for the T-Rex? Let's just do another one like that. Just one nose this time. Make those teeth. Make a couple of eyes there for it. And then we're going to come down from somewhere here under the teeth. And that's going to be the head. And then it's going to come way down like this. And you can make it as tall as your piece of paper is. As tall as your piece of paper is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now bring this down. Whoop. All right. There we go. There's that. There's an Apatosaurus. And like I said, you could make this head as tall as you want. It could have been up here. Don't draw it like that, though. That's terrible. All right. Another popular dinosaur is the pterodactyl. Pterodactyl, I find a little tricky to draw. The not so much the head, it's the feet. The feet get confusing. Where exactly do those pterodactyl feet go? I'll do what I can for you here. I'll show you how I do this. So we're going to start off. We are going to decide about where the head's going to be. We're going to start at the back. We're going to make something like that, like we were drawing a letter D maybe. And then this is going to come out from here. Nice big mouth, like that. All right, so there's the head of the pterodactyl, which is pretty straightforward. To me, the hard part is back here. So I messed with it a few times, and I came up with this. You draw back there to a little tail, and then you draw a couple little feet on there in the way back. And then up here, now we're going to draw our big wings. Oh, this is terrible. You could have drawn better than this without my assistance. This is awful. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. All right. I told you it was tricky. All right. Here's the head. Well, this one's going to look completely different. This comes back. There's a little leg. All right. Let's get the wings right this time. They come out like this. That's right. They go way back. There's the other little foot. As you know, it's got little fingers there, I think. Is that right? If that's not right, erase those. And there's the other wing there. And then if you wanted to draw it flying, you might want to start, flying with the wings up. You might want to start with the wing first. And then draw the head. And then this is always going to be tricky back here. All right. That'll do all right. And what's he say? He says, skronk. That's right. That's in the book, I think. Is that how he says it in the book? Something like that. All right. Let's see here. Who else do we have in our book? Let me flip through the pages here. We've got, in the back, we've got a allosaur. Isn't that right? Don't we have an allosaur? Yeah, we have an allosaur in the back. And he's a lot like a T-Rex. But I'm going to draw him a little rougher. So first off, I'm going to give him a couple of eye horn. Is it sort of like horns over his eyes? I don't know. And then instead of drawing that smooth nose, I'll make this rough. And then we'll still give him a giant mouth with plenty of teeth. Let's give this guy some sharp teeth. Okay, little nose up there. And then I like to draw him with these little neck folds there. I don't know why, but you often see allosaurs with these neck folds. I don't know what the deal is there. And then this will still be similar. I'll still draw this basically the same way. Not really the way an allosaur's tail looks probably, but that's all right. Then a big V here. All right, he turned out all right. And if you wanted to give him some feet, you could just give him some feet, much like the T-Rex we had earlier. All right, let's see here. One more that's not in the book but is a favorite is the Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus is the guy. He's got a long neck that comes up here, and then he's got this big old thing on the back. Then his head goes forward, and give him a nice big nose because he's the guy that can blow a big note out of his nose. And then he's got this thing here like this. Give him some big nose holes and make some music coming out of it. All right. And some eyes there, a few teeth. And then he's got this big thing here. This is where the noise comes from. I don't quite understand how it works. But anyway, that's a Parasaurolophus. I think I'm saying that right. All right. There you go. That's a lot of dinosaurs. Hope you got good start there. You can draw just about any dinosaur using the nose method or just goofing around. The important thing is to have fun doing it. Draw something fun and goofy and have a good time. And also, hey, why not read the book? You could always do that. Dinosaurs love it. Look, that one can't wait to get a hold of it. All right. Folks, this is your old pal, Tom Angleberger. Am I still here? There I am. Hope you had fun. I had fun talking to you today. I will see you next time for another video. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And by the way, don't forget to drop by origamiyoda.com to send me your dinosaur pictures or your origami, whatever you'd like. Send it in. I'd love to see it. Bye. I'll see everybody next time.